So this is the year of the dragon. February the 10th, this year we enter the year of the dragon. So what are the dragon's energies and why is it so exciting that we are going into this year? So I become consciously aware of the dragon energies in 2023, but I realise now that I've been working with the dragons for much longer than that. But it is this year that more and more people are going to start to feel the presence of this energy as it is awakening within the ley lines, the grid lines of the planet, which are the veins of the planet. And these energies, this consciousness, this dragon consciousness is awakening within the bodies of those on the planet that are doing their work, that are waking up. And these energies are so supportive. You know, what are these energies? What are the energies of the dragon? What does the dragon symbolize? What does it represent? Because often it has been, the dragon has been shown to us as being something that we should fear, something that is scary, but that is a subconscious program to keep us from connecting to truth, to keep us from plugging into and working with the dragons, because the dragons are the protectors. They protect all of creation. The dragons have complete reverence for all of creation, and God's source consciousness created the dragons to protect life. And the reason why the dragons are just coming onto the planet, well, it's not that they're just coming onto the planet now, it's that consciousness is starting to awaken now. And you know, in the past it's not been able to fully awaken on this planet because of the frequency control, because of the low state of consciousness of fear that humanity has been kept in. You know, they wouldn't have been able to be received, but right now as we are awakening, as we are moving into a new consciousness, then this energy can start to come forward, can start to grow within the planet and within us, and with it, it brings honor and integrity. The dragons are all about being in integrity, doing what is right, not what is easy. And the dragons have honor in everything that they do, and they bring strength and courage. The dragons will tread where others fear to go. And this is the path now of the light worker. This is the path of the starseed. This is the path of those in humanity that look around this planet and see the narratives, what has been created through these narratives pushed onto us by this system that is now desperate and losing its power. It gives us courage and strength to question, to challenge those beliefs, those limiting beliefs that have held us in fear and doubt, and to use courage to start paving a way for a new consciousness. You know, what we see around us is not normal, but we've been born into it, and we've been bred to believe that it is normal, but it is not normal. And now it is our time, with the support of the dragons, to change that. So this year, the dragon energy that is awakening within many people and on the planet is going to purify many of these systems. It's going to support us humans taking the steps to purify the systems, because through the dragon's breath, because it is so pure, because it comes from source, it is undistorted light. Anything that is seeded with a negative intention, with an anti-life intention, well, it's going to crumble. It's going to be burned up in the flames of the dragon. It's going to be blasted away. So the dragon energy is going to support us in doing this work. It's going to give us a momentum. It's going to give us the strength to do what needs to be done. So 2024 is going to be a pivotal year, and I feel it's going to be a year of rapid transformation of these systems, massive purification. Now, it doesn't mean to say that systems are bad. We do need systems to function as a society, but systems that are seeded with the intention to manipulate, to control, to keep down, to violate, to harm, well, those systems will not be able to remain. They must and will be purified, and that's going to happen very quickly. And the agenda that has been keeping humanity stuck, well, that's going to come to its knees very quickly as well. It's going to be seen more and more by more and more people, because those veils have been burnt away from the eyes, or are being burnt away from the eyes. You know, we have had a very heavy focused programming that's been putting films across our eyes, that's been numbing our senses so that we cannot feel for truth, because the truth is that we have much more than our five senses. Now, our five senses, I don't want to say that they're not important, because they are, but we have senses that go way beyond that. We have the sense of knowing, and that comes through feeling. We can feel for truth through our energetic systems, but those energetic systems need to be cleansed, need to be purified. We need to do our inner work, and the dragon gives us that strength to go on that journey that perhaps we have feared to go on before. I want to reassure that when you go on that inner journey of reconnection back to the true soul self, back to soul alignment, which is what the dragons are supporting people in doing right now, then it's not hard. It's enjoyable, it's fun, it's illuminating. Yes, we see all those things that we thought were us, like I'm not good enough, and we see them for the truth, that they are lies, they are viruses inserted into consciousness to keep us controlled. And we start to move into the truth about ourselves, being connected to source, being connected to each and every body, and we can move into care, and we can start to care for each other, and we can start to care for the planet. You know, it's kind of struck me as I've been traveling around Central America, you know, in a couple of the countries that are quite poor, you know, there's just like rubbish everywhere in some places, and it's really sad, but it's just a reflection of how much rubbish we have taken inside of our bodies, taken inside of our minds, believing that we're just not worthy, we're not good enough, we're not lovable. And that's how the planet has been treated as well. For the pain that we have felt within, the planet has felt that pain as well. She is our divine mother, and she does care and love for every single one of her children. So it's time now for us all to start taking responsibility for the creation around us, to start having reverence, to start, as we start moving into the dragon's energy, it's about having reverence for ourselves, reverence for each other, reverence for creation. We start to care for creation, so we no longer just walk by the litter on the ground where we live. We pick it up, we take responsibility for it. We start realizing it's up to us to make those little small changes. It's up to us to remember that we matter, that the earth matters, that it is our home, that our bodies are our home. You know, if we just continue to put all this junk inside our body, all this nonsense, all these shove down our emotions, keep all these negative thoughts running around our mind, you know, we're going to depress the body, we're going to harm the body. And if you don't have your body, where are you gonna live? Because your body houses your soul, your body makes it possible for you to have this physical experience right now. So we must start having reverence, and the dragon's energy helps us to start having reverence for creation. We start realizing the connection of creation. The dragon's energy also brings in passion, because it is the fire, the divine fire. It is the eternal flame. So it starts to ignite the passions within us. And it gives us the courage to follow those passions, because when we follow those passions, we are following the light. When we follow the light, we go into soul alignment. When we are in soul alignment, all that is not us, all the artificial programs that tell us we're not good enough, all of those start to crumble and dissolve. Just as those systems that are seeded with negativity, anti-life systems, will also crumble and dissolve. It's our time now. It's our time to look at what we do, take responsibility for yourself, ask, how do I show up in my life? How do I contribute to myself, and therefore contribute into the society? Is what I'm doing seeding a positive intention for myself and for the whole of creation? So happy Dragon's Year. And you know, you will start to feel these energies rising. The way you work with the dragons is by focusing on those energies of integrity, of honor, of passion, of strength, of courage, and asking yourself, where in my life do I align with these, and do more of that. And then ask myself, just be honest. It's okay where we are, and there's no shame or guilt in where we are. But as soon as we start to acknowledge, if we acknowledge, where in my life am I out of integrity? Where in my life am I not living my passions? Where in my life am I not having honor? I'm not honoring the self because I'm people pleasing, because I'm fearful. So look in your life, be honest with yourself, start to make changes, and we make changes little by little, day by day, and we see over time just a little change, just 1% change over the year makes a huge difference. You're going to be in a completely different timeline within a year by just focusing day by day. You know what else are you going to do? Just sit down and watch the TV at the end of the night and just become a zombie? Or are you going to live? Are you going to live your life? So let's live our lives this year. Let's make a difference. Let's change it for ourselves and for our beautiful planet and for the rest of humanity that are our brothers and sisters. We are one.